Good evening and welcome to Spanish Fork 17's coverage of high school basketball. As tonight, the Springville Red Devils are in town to take on the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles in what's a crucial game in Region 8 girls play, as the winner of this one gets that number 3 seed out of Region 8 heading to next week's state tournament up at Salt Lake Community College beginning on Tuesday, and a big position for the winner of that one to stay out of having to play the number 1 seed. Tonight's game is brought to you by Doug Smith Auto, MVP Sports, and the Car Guys, as Ryan Pickens alongside Jerry Huffman, who has returned from his, voyage to other parts of the U.S. and
the land called Vegas.
Back from also.
And then the land called flu right after that.
So two, a positive and a negative, but great to have you back with me, Jerry.
Thank you.
As tonight you talk about senior night here, as the seniors were honored before the game. These Maple Mountain girls in a position where, a nice position, just kind of like the Maple Mountain boys are. They control their own destiny heading into this final region game. They win, they don't have to play the number 1 seed from Region 5.
Exactly.
An undefeated Skyview.
Undefeated Skyview, 20-0. They're in a great, Salem Hills, the clear leader in Region 8, 11-1. And Maple Mountain and Springville battling for that 3rd and 4th spot.
And when you take a look at this one, the first meeting of these two teams went to Maple Mountain. They won by a good 15, 20 points on the road in Springville last month, but now a different team for even Springville. They're coming back playing maybe their best basketball of the season.
Right, and even watching that game, you could tell at any time Springville could have come alive and just taken it to Maple Mountain. But it ended up being a 22-point victory for Maple Mountain. It didn't feel like a 20-point game, but it ended up that way.
And so definitely an exciting atmosphere here, not too packed, so plenty of time for everyone to get down here, but a great opportunity tonight. Rivalry basketball, the final couple of games, the final game for the girls. The boys will play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock right here at Maple Mountain. And so a great opportunity. We're set, ready to go. Springville in the all-red, Maple Mountain in the all-white. It's going to be Savannah Assumption jumping against LZ Nielsen for Maple Mountain. And we are just about set, ready to play basketball on a Thursday night in Spanish Fork. And the tip is won and controlled by Maple Mountain at number 5, Liz Eaton.
Number 10, Savannah Assumption, is the player to watch.
Offensive foul going all the way 6 seconds in, and Liz Eaton picks up her first personal with an offensive foul.
I think she was just testing the referees right there, seeing how much she could get away with.
So the first team foul, and Springville has their first possession of the game with Olivia Park, number 3, with the basketball. Driving down the lane is going to be Lindsey Johnson, and that's a long shot, is off for Taylor Jordan. Rebound goes to Eaton. Eaton's going to pop a 3 and misses that one long, and the rebound's going to be controlled by Taylor Jordan, and here comes Springville.
Well, it looks like Liz Eaton wants to establish herself early. She tried the inside game, now the outside. Maybe we'll play the pass game next.
Michaela Hubbard able to come up with the save, keeps the ball from going out of bounds, and Maple Mountain will control the other way with 7:12 to go in the first quarter.
Now, Michaela Hubbard's been a big factor these past few games for Maple Mountain. Be good to see her do really well in this game.
As Liz Eaton hits the turnaround jumper in the lane, and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles are on the board with a 2-0 lead. Lindsey Johnson with the basketball, number 15, gets it over to Lydia Austin. Driving down the lane, kicks it out over to Austin. Austin sends it inside. That's Taylor Jordan with the shot. Offensive rebound goes to Springville. A 3 for Johnson is short. Rebounded by Lydia Austin.
Maple Mountain has to get these boards and come down and score quick.
Springville gets it in the middle, and that's Assumption.
Assumption is a big presence down low. She scored the bulk of Springville's points the last time they met.
It's going to be Lydia Austin for 3, and that one was long. Nielsen tipped it and chases it down, but it's going to be out of bounds off of LZ Nielsen, and will stay here with Springville. Lady Red Devils basketball as they put it inside, trying to get it to Sumption, and they're going to get a foul, it looks like, against number 34, Michaela Hubbard.
And she needs to be careful. They really need her presence down low, as the Golden Eagles are really short on bigs.
We'll get our first Car Guys instant replay right there. It looks like she just gets the wrist as she was trying to hold back Sumption. Sumption inside.
Nice.
This time a
and
block, but they're going to get Hubbard again, it looks like, with a little too much contact.
You know, anytime you swing, the referees are going to call that. You know, swing with the whole arm. Go up strong, straight up. Establish your position.
So not exactly the foul, not the situation Coach Corey Green wanted for Maple Mountain, as that puts your big, you know, the person inside puts him on the bench as Sumption hits the first free throw.
So Emily Sherman comes in for the Golden Eagles, replacing Hubbard.
Sherman, one of 3 seniors honored before tonight's ball game, and Sumption hits the second one. And we're locked at 2. Winner gets the number 3 seed and likely a date with Bonneville Tuesday afternoon, as the shot is good for LZ Nielsen.
Great shot from the high elbow for LZ Nielsen.
Olivia Park dribbles down the lane, spins, steps in, bank shot couldn't go. Hain fighting for the rebound, and they're going to get, it looks like a jump ball.
Oh, they're going to call that on, they're going to call a foul on Park, I believe.
And it was Park picking up her first. Trying to think of what they got her for, maybe a loose ball foul, but Eastman with the basketball gets it. Nielsen for 3 in the corners, good.
Oh, she is feeling it.
Nothing but the bottom of the net. She wants to start her senior night off well.
Feed the beast.
She's got 5. Lindsey Johnson cuts down the lane. She's quickly met by Liz Eaton. Eaton's going to knock it loose, but right there was Johnson to pick it back up. Olivia Park guarded by Nicole Hain. Lydia Austin with the basketball, gets it inside. Sumption with the catch, and the tough finish couldn't go.
Looks like Hain got a piece of that from the backside. Nice job, Nicole Hain.
Hain's got a little bit of a mismatch against Park. A little bit of the size advantage. Maple Mountain bigger than a lot of these Springville players as Liz Eaton tries to get inside. Picks up her dribble, gets it back out to Nielsen. Nielsen puts it on the deck, takes it to the rim, lays it up and in.
With the left hand. LZ Nielsen has come to play tonight.
A 7-point Maple Mountain lead here, 4:21 to go, first quarter. There's the lob backdoor for Sumption. She wasn't there. Park able to run it down. Johnson puts it on the deck, and Park's going to pop a 3.
That was a deep 3.
And they're going to get a foul, and this one's going to go against Sumption, it looks like. Get the official call here, and it is going to be the foul against Sumption.
Not a smart foul by Sumption. If Springville is going to have a chance in the ball game, they're going to need her in there.
And Liz Eaton running the point now for Maple Mountain. The first time she played, Eaton was coming off of an injury and only played in 2 or 3 minute spurts.
But still was able to rack up 20 points in that game.
Here's Sherman with the basketball, gets it back up. Nielsen steps through down the lane, pulls up a jumper. That one was off, and rebounds controlled by Taylor Jordan, and Springville will head the other way. Sumption with it back up to the top. Allie Monson in the ball game, number 11 for Springville for the first time tonight.
You know, just the quickness of the Golden Eagle defense. Looks like a travel is being called. But that quickness of the Maple Mountain defense causes a lot of problems for their opponents.
We do want to thank our sponsors, Doug Smith Auto, MVP Sports, and the Car Guys for their support of tonight's broadcast as LZ Nielsen couldn't get it to go, and Springville heads back the other way. Monson with it, almost picked up that other foot, and the jumper is going to be off for Springville, and Hain pulls the rebound for Maple Mountain.
And they immediately, in transition, run. They caught her for a travel.
Springville started tonight cold, having a hard time getting some quality shots, just haven't been able to get anything to fall. Maple Mountain, on the other hand, got 7 of their 9 points by LZ Nielsen to give them a 7-point lead. Monson with the basketball. Sumption now in the high post. Johnson drops it back, and she's got it now at the top. Lydia Austin back up to Johnson. Johnson cuts down the lane. Springville content trying to find their shot. Down the lane, a left-handed layup is good for Allie Monson.
You know, Springville has two big scorers, number 10, Savannah Sumption, and number 2, Lydia Austin. And it looks like Maple Mountain has chosen to put Ellie Eastman, one of their best defenders, on Lydia Austin to shut her down. But I don't think you can shut down Sumption totally. So we'll see if Coach Green's tactics hold true.
The only way you could probably shut down Sumption is get her on the bench in foul trouble.
Exactly.
Johnson cuts down the lane. Hain luckily pulled back her hand before the reach. Allie Monson left open for a free throw line jumper. That one rolled off the rim, and Liz Eaton pulls the rebound for Maple Mountain. Eaton going around Johnson, gets in the middle and traveled.
I don't know.
That back foot just spun enough where it looked like enough to get the travel call.
Yeah, it looks like someone stepped into the passing lane just at the last minute. She didn't want to let it go. So Lily Jack's in the ball game now. The sophomore speedster.
Allie Monson down the lane, drops it back to Park. Park steps through. Lindsey Johnson on the drive now. Maple Mountain defensively playing Springville really tight. Skip pass over to Allie Monson, back up to the top. Trying to get inside. Sumption quickly met and forced to kick it out for a jump shot there.
Sumption needs to take that shot when she's inside for Springville.
Sumption tries to get the shot to go. A lot of contact, no call. Eaton the other way is going to get the foul call, and Liz Eaton's going to go to the free throw line. See here officially, they're going to get Lindsey Johnson her first. An interesting thing Maple Mountain did before the ball game, they honored the Springville seniors as well, which is something you don't see very much. So Lindsey Johnson was one of those seniors that got honored before the ball game by Maple Mountain.
I thought it was a great show of sportsmanship. I really do.
I'm not complaining. You don't see that, I don't think, enough in high school sports, as the free throw for Eaton is good. She's got 3. 55 seconds to play, first quarter. Maple Mountain by 6.
Well, it's just like the boys basketball. These girls grew up playing against each other. You know, I know Sumption and Jex played on a AAU team. You know, so they know each other really well. So no reason you can't be friends off the court and mortal enemies on the court, I guess.
Allie Monson with the basketball, drives through the lanes, going to kick it out. And it's Lindsey Johnson for 3. That one was off. Rebound tipped around. LZ Nielsen will run it down for Maple Mountain. 22 to play. We'll see if Maple Mountain holds for the final shot. And it looks like that's what they're going to do here with 17 to shoot before the end of the quarter.
Well, I get it in the hands of Liz Eaton for the last shot.
Eaton comes back to get it. 6 on the clock. Had to pick up her dribble. Sherman baseline, steps through, couldn't get it to go. Eastman goes up. We're going to get a Springville foul here with 2.2 on the clock. See who they're going to get. It looks like they got Allie Monson, number 11. And that's her first and the 4th team foul.
They're saying she was shooting, so I think she's going to get 2 here. Ellie Eastman's fun to watch. She is so tenacious on defense.
And Eastman hits the first free throw. So 2.2 to go for Springville as the clock goes up, and that one's off. Rebound controlled by Alex Sorensen, and the clock will expire and end the first quarter of play here for Maple Mountain High School. So a great start if you're the Maple Mountain girls, as they get 7 points from LZ Nielsen to pace them in the first quarter. And at the end of 1 from Maple Mountain High School, it's the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles 11, the Springville Red Devils 4. You're watching high school basketball here on the Spanish Fort Community Network. Coverage of tonight's game on Spanish Fork 17 is brought to you by Doug Smith Auto, MVP Sports, and the Car Guys. We thank them for their continued support of high school sports here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. Ryan Pickens and Jerry Huffman with you as Springville Maple Mountain girls. Winner gets the number 3 seed to state. And Springville gets their first possession as Lydia Austin cuts baseline, takes it hard to the rim, no call. And Maple Mountain set to run.
That was great defense by Liz Eden. She was straight up and down, didn't move her feet.
Hain to the basket with the left hand is good. And Maple Mountain's off to a very quick start tonight. Allie Monson drives on the baseline. And there's a turnover. Nicole Hain comes away with it.
Just steps right in front of that pass.
Maple Mountain looking to push. Jex with the basketball. Now back up to the top, Nielsen.
Oh, they missed the cutting Liz Eaton.
Hain with the basketball, guarded by Austin. Gets it over. Here's a 3 for Michaela Hubbard, and that one was long, and it's going to be Eastman pulling the rebound, but it looks like they're going to get a loose ball foul, and they're going to get Ellie Eastman with her first personal. 6:57 to go, second quarter. As coming back in, Savannah Assumption for Springville. And the Red Devils with the basketball, Lydia Austin. And Springville working the perimeter. Allie Monson goes around the screen. Gets it over to Olivia Park. Inside Assumption right away. Quickly double team, drops it back. Austin on the cut. That one didn't go. Loose ball. No one still has it. Finally, Liz Eaton comes away with it. Jump ball. Possession arrow heads to Maple Mountain. So it seems like Maple Mountain's intensity might be a little bit higher right now than Springville.
I think so. You know, Springville needs something to happen to get, they need a spark.
Hain with the basketball over to Hubbard. Jex with the basketball, cuts down the lane, gets it over to Eastman. Eastman almost had the ball knocked away, able to regain control, drives baseline, and an offensive foul against Eastman's going to be called. As a look.
That was an emphatic charge by the referee. Maybe she hooked her.
As we'll see how Springville wants to play this, but definitely needing some sort of spark. Their 2 leading scorers have been pretty quiet tonight.
You know, Maple Mountain able to gain the lead with only 2 points from Liz Eaton. Sorry, 3 points.
Park with the basketball inside to Assumption, and Hubbard reached around.
That's 3 on Hubbard if it is.
The third, and Emily Sherman quickly gets back to the table. So Hubbard with 3 fouls and no points. As we'll see here on the instant replay, Hubbard just getting up over the shoulder there.
The top, a little too aggressive. When you have 2 fouls in the second quarter, you need to ease up just a bit, play straight up and down. You know, your team's going to need you in the long run.
Springville gets it into Park. Cheyenne Brown with the basketball over to Lindsey Johnson. Lydia Austin guarded by Eastman. Eastman's got to be careful with 2 fouls as well. Turning, Assumption, reverse layup, no, couldn't go. Loose ball, Assumption and Eaton battling for it, and jump ball this time heads to Springville.
Yep. So that's one thing different than boys games. You get a lot of jump balls.
Lydia Austin inbounds the basketball, gets it to Assumption. Austin will come back and get it. Goes around the screen, takes a short 2 and hits.
Now, if you're Maple Mountain, you don't want her to get started.
Eaton right back the other way. Nicole Hain with the basketball. Gets it back to Eastman. Eastman to Jex. Jex back. Here's Eaton against Austin. She'll pop a 3, and that one was long. Rebound controlled by Olivia Park. And Springville trying to cut back into that lead with Lindsey Johnson. Back to the top. It's Austin on the wing. She'll pop a 3, and it's good. Just like you mentioned, Jerry, she's not one you want to get going. She's now got 5.
She's a big 3-point shooter, too. Has 33 on the year.
Jex to answer the other way, and that one doesn't go. Rebound goes to Hain. Hain throws up a shot, and that one didn't go. Running it down is Olivia Park.
So feeling the momentum shift a little bit here. With a spark by Lydia Austin for Springville.
Park drops it inside. Here's Cheyenne Brown, goes right against Eaton, and that one doesn't go. Liz Eaton pulls the rebound for Maple Mountain, and she'll look to run. Eaton into the front court, going all the way. Steps in, try to get it to Eastman, just try to do a little too much.
Ball will stay with Maple Mountain, and it looks like, I think Coach Green wants a timeout.
So we'll get our Hey Doug timeout in, our first one of the night with 4:16 to go in the second. You can visit Doug Smith Auto at 1341 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. Or give them a call at 801-804-5971. Also at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll get an MVP Sports MVP of the game. MVP Sports is your hometown sporting goods specialist since 1987.
And as always, our instant replays are sponsored by the Car Guys. 872 North Main Street in Spanish Fork, 801-794-0077, or visit them on thecarguysut.net.
So 4:16 to play here in the second quarter, and Jerry, we mentioned it, how it seemed like not a lot of energy from Springville, but now all of a sudden that quick spark from Lydia Austin seems to have sent some momentum more towards Springville.
It does. You know, it's one of them cycles. You need scoring to generate the spark, but in order to have the spark, you need to score. It's one of them vicious, cycles that just folds in on itself. But right now you can feel the momentum swing towards Springville, and I think it was a wise move by Corey Green to get a timeout, because they need points right here to stop that Springville run.
Maple Mountain gets it into Liz Eaton, and the Golden Eagles will move the perimeter. Down the lane, it's Eastman to the basket. She couldn't get the shot to go. Sumption pulls the rebound, and Springville a chance to cut within as many as one.
I like them attacking the basket, though.
Lindsey Johnson couldn't get it to go. Right back the other way, it's Eaton as Maple Mountain runs 4-on-4, and Eaton loses control of the ball. It's a turnover. Up ahead to Lindsey Johnson. Johnson 1-on-2, drops it over to Monson, who lays it up and in.
Liz Eaton's trying to do a little bit too much. Set yourself up inside, let your team get you the ball.
Liz Eaton in the corner, pops a three, and this one was long. Monson runs down the rebound for Springville, and a foul against Nicole Hain in the backcourt for a block.
Well, that was a good shot by Liz Eaton, even though it didn't go in. Nice screen, allows her to pop out, take a nice set shot. They'll start to fall.
As we'll check out here on the Car Guys instant replay, just a little contact with the body there.
I didn't see much,
but that's the only thing I can think of. And now Springville's in the bonus, so they're shooting free throws on every foul.
Sometimes the ref just thinks I haven't blown my whistle enough.
Monson doesn't get the free throw to go. Eastman back the other way, puts up a shot, count the basket, and the foul.
And one. Nice job, Ellie Eastman.
And the foul, they're going to get Taylor Jordan, number 22. Nope, sorry, they got Monson. I thought it was 22. So
that's two on Monson.
Kind of a risky play there by Eastman to go to the basket, because she could have picked up her third. Elsie Nielsen trying to run down that rebound, but doesn't quite get there.
Nielsen quiet, but speaks loud on the points with 7 points so far.
Sumption inside with the left hand is good. And you don't want to get Lydia Austin and Sumption going for Springville.
No, no, no.
Nicole Hain with the basketball to Sherman. Sends it in the corner. Eaton picked up by Sumption.
This is where you really feel the lost presence of Michaela Hubbard.
Eaton's three is off. Rebound going to go to Lydia Austin, but they're going to get Nicole Hain with a foul, and that's going to be her second.
Now, initially I thought it was a foul, but when they didn't blow the whistle, then she tied her up, and then they called the foul. So
then you saw some swinging there by Lydia Austin, and so interesting there to see. They do get Hain with the foul, and Coach Corey Green wants another timeout with 2:39 to go. So we'll get another Hey Doug timeout here, quick 30-second timeout with 2:39 to go. Doug Smith Auto sponsoring timeouts here on the Spanish Fort Community Network.
Hey, Doug.
So good to have them on board. And 2:39 to play here in the second quarter. And right now, Jerry, Springville with the momentum. They're getting Maple Mountain in foul trouble, and now it's time to convert it at the free throw line.
You know, if I recall, it was kind of close at halftime. The last time these two met, just kind of blew it open in the second half. But right now, I think Liz Eaton's trying to do just a little bit too much.
So now we'll see, as it's going to be Lydia Austin to the free throw line. I was watching her in pregame, during halftime of the JV game, and she has, I think, one of the purest shooting strokes I've seen. Like, her whole motion, everything's just very fluid, and you can tell she's a good shooter, and the first one is good.
And it looks like Peyton Gibson's in the game, the enforcer. Love big PG down low.
And both free throws good for Lydia Austin. She's got 7.
I think she's the first player tonight to make both her free throws.
And we're tied at 15 here. I almost said tied at 7, but we're tied at 15. Lily Jex with the basketball. Gets it over. Here's Eaton to Eastman. Springville really holding Maple Mountain out of the paint. Down the lane, it's Nielsen. Couldn't get the floater to go. Right into the hands of Eastman, who puts it back up and in for the basket.
Nice
good.
job.
We're going to have a foul.
Off the glass.
And I believe they just got seeing who they're going to get for the foul here. And they're going to get Sumption, and that's her second.
Wow.
So they're going to say she shoved Liz Eaton, it looks like.
Looks like
so
she said he undercut her or something.
So
Very-
the basket's
dangerous.
good for Eastman. Sumption with her second personal. And here's Eastman again with the basketball. Peyton Gibson with number 33 touches the ball, gets it over to Eastman. Eastman going right around, and a bank shot, a running bank shot that's good.
Great use of the glass. You don't see enough of that in high school basketball anymore.
Thought maybe she had a little too much on it, but it goes in.
The glass softens everything.
Peyton Gibson comes away with the basketball and a whistle, and that could be Sumption's
Are they
third.
calling that on Sumption? Great hustle by Peyton Gibson.
Olivia Park gets the foul, and that's her second, and the 17th foul, so Maple Mountain now heads in the bonus.
Hey, Peyton Gibson get his chance to get on the board. She worked so hard. She was her senior season. Come on, Pate, put some points on the board.
4-point lead for Maple Mountain, 1:48 to go in the second. It'll be a 1-and-1 here for Peyton Gibson. Free throw on its way is off. Rebound goes to Liz Eaton inside, and a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to stay here with Maple Mountain.
Oh, good hustle by Liz Eaton to get that rebound between two Springville defenders.
She came from the opposite side of the paint there as well. Peyton Gibson calling for the basketball.
Oh,
hits the
yeah! Peyton Gibson.
Makes up for the missed free throw and drains home the 2. Park with the basketball over to Lydia Austin. Austin trying to get around Eastman, gets in the key, has a wide open player underneath the basket in Taylor Jordan, but didn't get it to her. Austin dribbles it off her knee out of bounds, and that's a turnover with 1:22 to play in the second quarter.
So you feel that momentum swinging back to Maple Mountain, especially if they can put some points on the board right here.
Eastman gets it over. Here's Nielsen. Nielsen takes it to the basket, drops it inside
nice
to Eaton
pass.
for the layup.
Nice pass.
And a Hey Doug Smith timeout's going to be called here by Springville with 1:10 to go in the second quarter. And Springville's going to take a full.
Smart play by big number 4, Elsie Nielsen. Seeing an open Liz Eaton just standing there under the basket as she drove into it.
She drew the double team, or I think it was even a triple team.
Yeah, triple team.
And just dropped it to a wide open. I mean, Eaton was wide open in the key.
She was just 5 feet from the basket. So smart play by these Golden Eagles gives them a 23-15 lead. And
I don't think either of these coaches in this one want to lose. Obviously, you never want to lose in a game. I should say, I'm smarter than that sentence. But You don't want that date with Skyview next Tuesday night.
You don't. And the loser gets the undefeated Skyview at 11-0. I mean, Bonneville at 9-3 is the number 2. They're the clear number 2. But Skyview has been beating everybody by 20 points. You know, they beat Mountain View by 30.
The winner gets a 4-10 game on Tuesday at the state tournament up at Salt Lake Community College. The loser plays, I believe they play at like 11:10 in the morning, or something, or 12:50. Sorry, 12:50 in the afternoon. So Springville with the basketball. Lydia Austin and Park work in the backcourt.
Do you think they'll be practicing on President's Day?
I would think.
I would think so too.
Wide open jumper is good for number 22, Taylor Jordan. So Jordan's on the board, and Maple Mountain has control of 43 seconds to play in the quarter. Lily Jex with the basketball at the top. Gets it over to Eastman. Eastman back up to Liz Eaton. Jex in the corner for 3, and that one was short. Rebound goes to Park. Jex has that kind of high rainbow shot. Back up to Park. Here's Johnson with the basketball.
You know, she has a very high three-point percentage too.
Lindsey Johnson goes around Eaton, runs into
nice
Nielsen.
Nice closeout by Nielsen.
7 to shoot. Austin with it, gives it up to Park, down the lane with 3. Over to Cheyenne Brown, who left it short, and that's how the first half will end here at Maple Mountain High School. So a first half that's, for the most part, Maple Mountain control, a little quick run by Springville. But at the end of one half, the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles have the lead, 23-17 over the visiting Springville Red Devils. We're going to take a quick break here on the Spanish 4 Community Network, and when we come back, we'll have a halftime performance, or a halftime by Jerry and I.
Halftime commentary. How about that?
We'll take a quick break right here on the Spanish 4 Community Network. Welcome back here on the Spanish 4 Community Network at halftime, where the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles are leading it 23-17 over the visiting Springville Red Devils in what's a crucial game. We've mentioned it a couple of times already tonight, Jerry, but we've also mentioned that the winner of this
gets Skyview.
Loser gets Skyview. The winner gets the number 3 seed to state, and I'm sorry to say, right now you want anybody but Skyview.
Anybody but Skyview.
And when you check out this game, Maple Mountain got off to a quick start. Elsie Nilsson on her senior night started off fast and very hot for Maple Mountain.
Exactly, but you felt that momentum swing back and forth, and I expect more of that from the second half. But yes, Elsie Nilsson, you know, adding the spark to this Maple Mountain team. You know, not just with her scoring, with her defense and passing. You know, I see her close out on Sumption down on the other end of the court, but then that great pass into Liz Eaton down on our end.
Now Springville, they started off really slow. Lydia Austin got going, had about 7 quick points, and that just kind of swung the momentum for Springville. They got Sumption with 2 fouls, so that's something to keep an eye on in the second half.
Yes.
Maple Mountain's in a little bit of foul trouble. We're setting up to have a great second half here, Jerry.
Let's get to it.
We're going to take a quick break here on the Spanish 4 Community Network. Coming up, the second half here for Maple Mountain High School. It's the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Springville Red Devils. Tonight's game on the Spanish 4 Community Network, the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Springville Red Devils, is brought to you by Doug Smith Auto, MVP Sports, and the Car Guys. We want to thank them for their support of this broadcast and many of our other broadcasts throughout the high school sports season. Second half is underway, and Springville has the basketball and picking up a quick early foul. It's number 5, Liz Eaton for Maple Mountain.
That's 2 on Liz. Not a big deal yet.
Ryan Pickens and Jerry Huffman with you. We'll be here for the boys' game tomorrow night. As Park misses the first jumper of the second half. Loose ball ran down by Sumption, and Springville set to reset the offense as it's Sumption inside against Michaela Hubbard, who was on the bench with 3 fouls earlier in the second half. Sumption gets a third attempt and lays it in. So Springville cutting into that lead now, down to 4 points. Nielsen with the basketball over to Michaela Hubbard. Here's Eastman. Eastman will pull it out. Maple Mountain going with Eastman, Hain, Eaton, Nielsen, and Hubbard.
Yeah, big thing to watch. Michaela Hubbard has 3 fouls. Hope she doesn't get another one, 'cause we're going to need her.
Eaton pops a 3,
inside.
missed it just long, and the rebound is going to be controlled by Olivia Park. Inside, here's Lydia Austin on the perimeter. Steps around the screen, pops a 3, then misses that one long. And loose balls ran down by Olivia Park. Jump ball, possession arrow favoring Maple Mountain.
Yeah, Park's been quiet tonight too. She's got no points for Springville.
As we have an appearance from the Golden Eagle himself tonight.
And that huge home crowd for the Golden Eagles.
Nielsen's going to pop a 3, and that one misses long, and the loose ball is going to be pulled down by Taylor Jordan. Coming away with it, it's going to be Park. Park drops it to Sumption. Sumption on the high post. Lindsey Johnson takes it to the basket, floats it up, no. Second attempt for Johnson, and they're going to get a foul against Nicole Hain.
That's
it looks
3
like
on Hain if it is.
And it's going to be Hain officially for her third. So 6:16 to go in the third. Lindsey Johnson heads to the free throw line, and she'll shoot a pair. Nothing but net on the first.
So Lindsey Johnson is on the board for Springville.
And Johnson's second goes in as well. So a 2-point game, 6:13 to play, third quarter. Hain with the basketball, number 3. Here's Michaela Hubbard. Hubbard's had a relatively quiet night. Goes around Sumption and makes the shot.
Nice shot, Michaela Hubbard.
That is a tough shot to hit over Sumption.
But Sumption with 2 fouls doesn't want to contest it too much.
Sumption, a 6-foot sophomore. So Maple Mountain will see her for the next couple of years. Sumption with it here, quickly double team. Spins around Hubbard and lays it in. 8 points for Sumption, the leading scorer now for Springville.
Yep, she is definitely a force Maple Mountain is going to have to reckon with the next couple years. But we got our super softs of our own, though. I believe Michaela Hubbard's a sophomore. Lily Jex, sophomore. Hain, sophomore.
Nielsen doesn't hit the 3. Hubbard runs down the board. Pulls up for a jumper, misses it long. Hain getting in fighting for the rebound, but it goes off of Hain's foot, and it will head to Springville. As Ali Monson, number 11, checks in for Springville. Springville, a young team as well, similar to Maple Mountain, only 3 seniors. A lot of talent returning to Springville and Maple Mountain next year. Comfortable playing the perimeter. Monson gets it over to Park. Park trying to get around Hain. Takes it to the basket, and shot is blocked by Hain from behind.
Nice
Nielsen
job.
runs down the board.
So Hain gives up position, but then comes backside and swats it.
Baseline, it's Eaton in the corner. Eaton guarded now by Lydia Austin. Eastman inside, and her shot is looked completely blocked from here, but the whistle blows, and I believe they're going to get Sumption with a foul, and they do.
Huh. I didn't think Sumption moved, but okay. That's 3 fouls on Sumption. I know their coach is going to bring her out.
And the first free throw is off by Ellie Eastman. We were hoping to see if we get a replay to see on that, but let's check that here as we go as Eastman gets ready for her second free throw. Olivia Park heads to the bench for Springville as Eastman hits the second free throw.
And Eastman with 6 points on the night.
Down the court, Springville set ready to go. Number 21, Cheyenne Brown back in. Trying to get it inside to Brown against Hain. Hain doing a pretty good job in that low post.
She is. She's battling hard.
Here's a long two is off for Taylor Jordan. Rebound goes to Nicole Hain. Hain gets into the front court. Over to Eaton. Eastman having a pretty good night. Maple Mountain content with playing for the perimeter.
All these E names on Maple Mountain's team is confusing me. Eaton, Elsie, Ellie, Eastman, Emily Sherman.
Eaton's able to get the block, goes back up, couldn't get it to go. Eastman with the follow no, gets her own board, and count the basket and the foul.
Battle-tested Ellie Eastman. E squared.
And that's not a bad way. You give a team 3 attempts, typically they're going to finally get something. You have to be able to rebound. And this is where you kind of wonder here, in a sense, the idea with Sumption with 3 fouls, how big that could be for Springville down the stretch. Eastman drains the free throw. She's got 11. 6-point lead for Maple Mountain.
Well, Springville has another big on their team that's even taller than Sumption.
Alex Sorensen, number 32, at 6'2".
Yeah.
Trying to get it inside. The ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. It's going to come over.
Nice job, Lily Jex.
Just getting her hand in the passing lane there.
Quick hands.
Get in. Lydia Austin drops it right back inside. The layup couldn't go there for Cheyenne Brown. Lily Jex comes away with it. And Maple Mountain looks to extend their lead. Eastman with it, has the hot hand in the corner. Eaton here, quickly picked up at the top of the key. Nielsen puts it on the floor, quickly double team, drops it back, and there's going to be a foul here, and I believe we're going to get Springville's Allie Monson.
That's 3 on Monson. Just a little bit out of control.
We want to thank our sponsors for help making this broadcast possible tonight. Doug Smith Auto, MVP Sports, and their car guys. We thank them for their continued support of broadcasts here on Spanish Fort Community Network. As the shot for Eaton doesn't go, and Peyton Gibson able to get the board and keeps it alive.
Nice job,
Lily
Peyton.
Jex takes it to the basket, gets the foul, but couldn't get the roll.
Almost got the roll on that one.
And the blocking foul there goes against Lydia Austin. That's her first.
So a good chance for Maple Mountain to keep the momentum. Here comes the big 32.
Alex Sorensen coming in. Going to the bench will be Cheyenne Brown. Jex's free throw is on its way and it's off. Rebounded by Eaton, goes right back up. Couldn't get the left hand to go. The ball's tipped off of Springville. It's going to stay with Maple Mountain with 2:46 to play in the third.
Oh, you can tell Liz Eaton is disappointed with that one.
Eaton only with 5 points. She averages around 23 a game. And Eaton there just throws it right off of
smart
Lindsey
move.
Johnson.
5 seconds coming up. Just throw it off the opposing player.
Eaton looking to get this one in. Finds Gibson. And Gibson turns it over. Here's Lindsey Johnson running with Park. Johnson all the way. Lays it up. No.
Great
Rebound goes into the
Jex.
hands of Jex.
Jex, the speedster, getting down to the spot before the Springville player.
Eaton with the basketball. Just waiting for Liz Eaton to come alive for Maple Mountain.
You know, that's a good sign for Maple Mountain is that they haven't needed her.
Eastman's shot gets blocked by Sorensen.
They haven't needed her to come alive, but I'm sure by the end of this game they will need Liz Eaton to contribute.
Lydia Austin comes to get the basketball. And Springville tries to get inside to Sorensen. Peyton Gibson gets her hand in there, knocks the ball out of bounds. It's going to stay here with Springville.
Oh, I thought they called a foul on that. Peyton Gibson had great position. No foul.
Lydia Austin set to inbound. Gets it in. Lindsey Johnson drives down the lane. Gets the floater off the backboard and in. Lindsey Johnson with 4 points tonight. It cuts the lead back to 4. LZ Nielsen over to Lily Jex.
I don't think Nielsen's come out of the ball game at all today.
And there she goes to the basket, puts it up. Couldn't get it to go. We're going to get a whistles here. And we're going to foul here I believe, Lydia Austin. That's her second. The 5th team foul, so Maple Mountain a couple fouls away from being in the bonus here as we see the Car Guys instant replay. And we like to, flash our sponsors up there, thank them for their outstanding work here on Spanish Fork 17 as the shot goes off for Elsie Nielsen. I drew a blank there for a second.
Well, I tell you, if they do practice on President's Day, they better come and practice those free throws.
And Nielsen's second is good. 30-25, 1:35 to play, third quarter. Alex Sorensen in the high post, gives it to Park. Lindsey Johnson tries to drive, and Springville will reset. Lydia Austin, number 2, with the basketball, drives down the lane. And Springville will not getting a lot of stuff through the middle. You can tell they're trying to drive, and nothing's there. Lindsey Johnson, number 15, she tries to go around Eaton and kicks it for an open 2, and that one was off. Park pulls the rebound, spins, kind of threw up a shot, and loose ball somehow is going to get out to Springville.
Springville definitely getting the hustle points right now.
Here's Austin with a shot. It is off. Eaton runs it down in the corner, and Maple Mountain will look to control with 45 seconds to play, third quarter.
Coach Green may want to hold for the last shot.
Jex gets it to Eaton in the corner. Eaton guarded by Lindsey Johnson. There's the lob inside. Eastman backing down, turns, jumper no. Eaton fighting for the rebound, comes away with it, goes up, foul. Count the basket.
There is no fear in Liz Eaton's eyes as she goes up.
A tremendous hustle play. They get the basket and the foul. And the foul going against Alex Sorensen. As checking in, Cheyenne Brown's going to come in, and Taylor Jordan heads to the bench for Springville. Eaton at the free throw line, and the free throw is good. Eaton's got 8. So 8 points for Eaton and an 8-point lead for Maple Mountain with 20 to play in the quarter. Lydia Austin, Park with the basketball, gives it to Sorensen. Putting it on the floor, Lindsey Johnson. Here's a drive down the lane, gets it out to Lydia Austin. 5 to shoot. Lindsey Johnson puts up a 3, which was short. Rebound going to get out to Eastman from half court, and she's way off. As she didn't even come close to hitting anything.
There's a pass. We won't count that in the record books as a shot.
And at the end of 3 quarters here from Maple Mountain High School, the Golden Eagles on top, 33-25. They got 8 minutes to see if they can clinch that number 3 spot. We'll find out here after the break if they can. You're watching high school basketball on Spanish Fork 17. Tonight's coverage of Maple Mountain and Springville High School basketball here from Maple Mountain High School. The Golden Eagles lead at 33-25. We'd like to thank Doug Smith Auto, MVP Sports, and the Car Guys for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. As 8 minutes on the clock, and we'll see whether it will be Springville or Maple Mountain getting that number 3 seed in the state tournament coming up on Tuesday. As Sumption inside gets the layup for Springville, and that's really where the Red Devils probably need to ride if they're going to win this game.
They need to. They need to get it inside to Savannah Sumption. She's just a pure basketball player.
Hain puts it on the floor, gets trapped in the corner looking for somebody, finds Michaela Hubbard.
Springville comes out a little tenacity, a little chip on their shoulder.
Hain with the basketball over to Eaton. Eaton cuts to the basket, but nobody was there. Here's Hain. Eaton in the corner, throws up a 3 and hits.
Oh.
11 for Liz Eaton tonight.
Now, if you're Springville, you don't want her getting started. She'll bury you quickly.
Park down the lane, steps through, finds Sumption wide open underneath the basket for 2. Liz Eaton over to Nicole Hain. Here's Eastman, who's having a great ball game tonight. She throws it off of a Springville player for a turnover. Allie Monson controls. She gets it over to Lindsey Johnson for a long 2 and hits. So a quick run here by Springville's quickly brought them back within 5.
I think Coach Green's getting a timeout.
We're going to get a Hey Doug timeout in with 6:23 to go in the 4th quarter. Visit Doug Smith Auto at 1341 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. Give them a call at 801-804-5971. We thank Doug Smith Auto for sponsoring our timeouts tonight, as with the Car Guys for sponsoring our instant replays, and MVP Sports, who will sponsor the MVP of the game coming up at the conclusion of tonight's broadcast. And
right now, that's going to be a tough call, MVP of the game.
There's a few different, you can make a case for Elsie Nielsen with the start she had.
Ellie Eastman playing hard as always.
And you get, someone like Nicole Hain, who's been fighting down in the post for majority of the ball game.
And of course, Liz Eaton will always be a factor at the end. Sometimes she just plays on a whole nother level.
And you would hope crunch time, late 4th quarter, that she would get to that level if you're Maple Mountain. Hain baseline drive, gets trapped in the corner, drops it back to Eastman. Eaton with the basketball, dribbles and takes it right to the basket, lowers her shoulder, banks it home. I don't even know how she made that.
I think she looks like she was just hoping for the foul. Throws it off the glass, good.
Lydia Austin with the basketball, Allie Monson up top.
That had to be disheartening for Springville. They played great defense.
Sumption inside, trying to get around Eaton, goes up, too strong. Hain knocked it out of bounds. And instead, I think we're going to get a foul against Nicole Hain for over the back.
Or
push, actually.
That's 4 on Hain, isn't it? It sure is, yep.
So Hain will go to the bench. Lily Jex comes in. .540 to go. Springville trying everything they can to cut into a 7-point deficit.
Lily Jex has done a great job on Olivia Park when she's come in, matching speed for speed.
Lindsey Johnson up over Eaton, gets it to go.
Oh, I think Eaton got a piece of that too. I'd give her an assist.
Lindsey Johnson has 8 points tonight right now. Here's Hubbard with the shot. That one rattled in and out.
In and out.
Park the other way for Springville. Lydia Austin into the front court. Austin drops it back. Lindsey Johnson, number 15, gets a screen from Monson.
Picked her pocket.
And a steal. Here's Eaton one-on-one against Johnson. Lowers her head. Offensive foul.
You're kidding me. How do you call that?
I didn't see it. I saw the Springville player moving, to be honest with you.
Well, yes, I am beside myself.
We'll get a Car Guys instant replay here. She's still...
Yeah, they're moving, but that spot belongs to nobody. I mean, if she wants to go into that spot, the Springville player is moving and does not have position.
At the end of the day, Springville gets the basketball. And the third foul goes against Liz Eaton. Monson to the basket, lays it up and in. And here comes that run from Springville that we've seen a couple of times in this one. Every time Maple Mountains responded. Elsie Nielsen to the basket. Couldn't get it to go, too strong. Eaton fights for the rebound. She hits the ground. And they're going to say out of bounds to Springville. A lot of contact going on.
A lot of contact.
I guess the officials are going to let him play. And Springville wants to take a timeout with 4:22 to go.
I like girls basketball. It's fun to watch because you never know what's going to happen. There's so many unconventional things happen in girls basketball.
Hey, Doug, timeout here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. We thank Doug Smith Auto for their sponsoring timeouts here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. As we get late into this one, the final game of Region 8 play for both these teams. Both of these teams know that they're going on to the state tournament, but it's just right now as to whether you're the 3 seed playing likely Bonneville or you're playing the number 1 seed, Skyview. And so right now it just comes down to, I think, the next 4:22. Jerry, what do you think? Who wants it more?
I mean, both teams at 7-4. this is the determining factor. They are both going on to state. It's just who wants to go to state longer because, man, I'm telling you, Skyview is for real.
Anytime you go undefeated, I don't care in what sport it is, you've had a good season. And so that's not a matchup you want to have coming up on Tuesday up at Salt Lake Community College. 38-35 in favor of Maple Mountain here at home. Springville Monty able to mount a run here, and Sumption lost it out of bounds, and it's a turnover. And that looked close.
That looked very close.
I'm not 100% convinced she did keep that in bounds, but the referee right there made the call.
Whistle got too cold, I guess. Needed to warm it up.
Michaela Hubbard with the basketball, gets it over to Nielsen. Ellie Eastman with the basketball.
So who from Maple Mountain is going to put it on their shoulders and bring it home?
Eaton inside. Double team, throws it away, trying to find Hubbard on the back cut. And Hubbard cut to the basket, and Eaton went to kick it out to her.
So just a little out of sync from Maple Mountain, allowing the Springville team to get back into it.
Park on the drive, gonna give it. Here's Monson all the way to the basket. Reverse layup, no. Tipped around. Jex pulls the rebound for Maple Mountain. All the right moves there for Monson, just didn't get the shot to go.
That looked identical to the last time she drove the lane. You need to stop that at the free throw line.
Eaton with the basketball. Over to Hubbard. Eaton in the corner. Guarded by Lindsey Johnson. Eaton spins. Quickly double team. Loose ball. Kicks it out. Lily Jex for three. It's good.
Long time coming for Lily Jex.
And under 3 to play here at Maple Mountain. Springville looking to try to get back in it. Austin with the basketball. Lobs it for Sumption, but Jex comes in and makes the steal. Into the front court. Maple Mountain will slow it down.
Coach Green was very emphatic about slowing it down.
Eaton guarded by Johnson. Gets it over to Ellie Eastman. Eastman drops it into Hubbard. Hubbard in the high post.
Nice
Turnaround
fake.
jumper. Good.
Nice fake, Michaela Hubbard.
Every time Springville's gotten a run, Maple Mountain has answered. Here's Park with the basketball.
Momentum is a tangible thing. You can feel it. It's like a pendulum, and it swings.
Johnson to the basket, left hand. 10 points for Lindsey Johnson tonight. Sumption with 12 for Springville. And Maple Mountain's going to take a full timeout here with 1:57 to go. We got another Hey Doug timeout here, brought to you by Doug Smith Auto, 1341 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. And we thank Doug Smith Auto for sponsoring timeouts tonight. As with our other sponsors, MVP Sports, you'll hear the MVP Sports MVP of the game coming up at the conclusion of this broadcast. MVP Sports is your hometown sporting goods specialist since 1987.
And, of course, as always, the Car Guys sponsoring our instant replay. 872 North Main Street in Spanish Fork, 794-0077. Or surf their website. Shop for cars at thecarguysut.net.
Minute 57 to go, and it's a 6-point game here at Maple Mountain as everybody kind of gets set for this next minute 57. Tomorrow night, the boys game. Maple Mountain a chance to inch one step closer to a Region 8 championship.
And I tell you, that Springville team, the boys Springville team, it's not going to be a pushover.
Their record does not indicate exactly how good they are.
And it's a rivalry game.
So it'll be a fun night. That one, of course, live here on Spanish Fork Community Network as well.
And we'll be here calling it.
Minute 57 to go, fourth quarter, and Liz Eaton has the ball in her hand. And I would think if you're Maple Mountain, she's going to be touching the ball quite a bit in the next minute 50. Nielsen to the basket, lost it on the way up. Here comes Park running with Eastman, and Park will pull it out for Springville.
They want to score quick.
Cross-court pass, Lindsey Johnson. Johnson guarded by Liz Eaton, and Eastman able to knock the ball loose.
That's a travel.
Some miscommunication, it looks like, coming from Springville. 1:22 on the clock. Springville's got to be a little more urgent, and Eaton makes the steal. Coast to coast, lays it up and in.
Not only do they waste a lot of time, but they allow Liz Eaton to score.
And timeout Springville with 1:11 to go. Another Hey Doug timeout here on the Spanish Fort Community Network. And Jerry, you look at that, how big that last turnover really was for Springville.
That was huge. You know, 20 seconds off the clock and a score from Maple Mountain.
So it's not just the fact there that you don't come away with points. It's the fact that your whole offense, that entire possession, if you're Springville, looked very out of sync.
They did. I mean, it's a high-pressure game. They need to win this one. And, you know, sometimes that pressure will get to you.
I mean, I don't like pointing this out because I don't always like this point when you get in big games like this. We got to remember Springville and Maple Mountain are both young teams.
They are.
Like, they don't have it's not like this is a team with 7 or 8 seniors on it. I mean, this is a team that both teams have three seniors, a lot of sophomores, and a lot of juniors. So Lydia Austin inbounds for Springville, gets the basketball. She wants a 3, and she hits.
That's huge.
Lydia Austin with 10.
And then they press.
Springville's going to press, and a 5-second violation, and Springville's got the basketball, a chance to cut it within 1 possession.
That was a quick 5 seconds.
Lydia Austin to inbound. Gets it in. Sumption almost knocked it out of bounds. Austin coming back around. She wants it again on their turnover. Johnson for 3 is short, and Jex will let it go out of bounds, and it's going to go to Maple Mountain. They're trying to say it was tipped. 2 officials came in and said that it wasn't tipped. 50 seconds to go. Jex to inbound, trying to get it into Eaton. Gets it into Nielsen. And a quick foul, and I believe it's going to be Lydia Austin, number 2, committing the foul. We'll wait for the official word here. And it is going to be Austin.
I think I'd force that into Liz Eaton if I could. And Golden Eagles are in the bonus, so Elsie Nielsen steps to the line. Try and close this game out.
8 points on the night for Nielsen.
If she hits both of these, she can make it a 3-possession game.
So 1-1, so if she misses it, it becomes a live ball. Nielsen set, and the free throw's good. A big free throw there for LZ Nielsen.
On senior night by the senior. You know she wants this one bad.
Free throw on its way is good as well. She hits a pair. 10 points for Nielsen on the night. Springville back the other way, looking to score quickly. Monson inside, Sumption with the catcher, didn't finish. Eaton pulls the rebound, and now Springville's got to think about fouling Eaton. Eaton dribbles through the pressure of the backcourt, and we're going to get a foul here.
Oh, wow, because Liz Eaton threw that out of bounds. Good thing they called that foul.
Lindsey Johnson picks up the foul, and now you send probably one of the better free throw shooters on this Maple Mountain team in Liz Eaton to the free throw line.
She probably shoots about 100 free throws a day.
And she makes the first, nothing but net. 16 points on the night for Eaton. She averages about 23, almost 24 a game.
So still a 3-possession game if she makes this one, but 3 3-pointers.
And Eaton makes the second as well. Springville's going to have to hurry. Monson in the front court, gets it over Lydia Austin. She'll throw up a 3 that banked almost in, pulling the rebounds Hubbard, and an immediate foul by Park. And you have to think now with 24.2 that Maple Mountain is
I think I'm going to call this one.
We'll see here who the
student section seems to agree with me.
Olivia Park. I don't like to do that here.
If you say the O word, if you say overtime.
No, I did that in football, and then Maple Mountain recovered a fumble and took it for a touchdown. So I don't say it's over till that clock shows 000.
Oh, that was a crazy game. I remember that one.
Michaela Hubbard hits the first free throw, makes it a 10-point ball game. And Hubbard second on its way and drains it. So Hubbard with 6 points. pushes the lead back out to 11. Park puts up a shot, doesn't get it to go, out of bounds off of Nielsen, and it's going to stay here with Springville with 14 seconds to go.
You know, Maple Mountain has held Park to 0 points. She averages about 8. A big part of this Springville offense.
Set to get it in. They kick it back out. Lydia Austin for 3, and that's good.
Oh, you knew that was going in as soon as she shot it.
Pure smooth, good shot by Lydia Austin. And with 10 seconds to play, it cuts the lead to 7. 8, I mean. I am not a math major. So that probably, I should be able to tell the difference between 7 and 8 though, Jerry.
51-43. Still, 3-possession game.
10 seconds to play. Springville would have to force a couple of turnovers. Probably then they're finding number 2, Lydia Austin.
Yeah, I don't see, there may be a slight chance for Springville, but I'm going to say this one is Maple Mountain, and they're going to end up 3rd in region. It's going to be Salem Hills, Timpview, Maple Mountain, and then Springville.
Region 8 matched up with Region 5 to open up next week's state tournament. So a very good opportunity for Maple Mountain now to get a Bonneville team that probably matches up a lot better than a Skyview team.
Well, Salem Hills will get a 4 and 7, Roy or Mountain Crest, you know. Timpview will get Logan. Maple Mountain will get Bonneville, and looks like Springville will get Skyview.
Nicole Haynes set to inbound, trying to get it in, gets it into Eaton, and she's going to be fouled.
Looks like she got a little slap in the face there.
And so we'll see here.
She'll take the win, though.
And the foul's going to go against Lindsey Johnson, her 3rd personal. As you can tell, yeah, she has about 3 different Red Devils reaching in there on the Car Guys instant replay there. Yeah. So Eaton to shoot 2 now. Double bonus time for Maple Mountain, and the first one is good.
You know, if she makes both of these, I don't think Springville will foul anymore.
Eaton with 18 points now. Lily Jex comes in the ball game. Nicole Hayne will go to the bench. Chance to make it a 10-point game with 8 seconds left to play, and Eaton makes the pair. He's got 19 points, and pressure. Lydia Austin will bring it up here. She'll pop a deep 3, and was well off. Saved inside. Sumption lays it in as the clock expires. So Sumption finishes the night with 14, but at the end of the night, the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles win it 53-45. The Golden Eagles move into Tuesday's state tournament up at Salt Lake Community College, where they will take on the Bonneville, I want to say they're the Lakers.
I have no idea.
In the second round, or of the first round of that state tournament, a 4-10 tip-off, I believe, coming up from Salt Lake Community College. They'll go and wish the student section, thank them for their support. But, Jerry, they're moving on now. Now their homework starts to begin to prepare for Bonneville.
You know, they got a great chance to make it to the second round, because I think we match up really well with Bonneville.
Springville, on the other hand, will finish 4th in Region 8, and they will get a matchup with Skyview in the first round of the playoffs.
And I hope Springville beats them. I really do.
That will be an earlier game, I believe at 12:50 tip-off. So we'll take a quick break here on the Spanish 4 Community Network. When we come back, we'll wrap this up. We'll give the MVP Sports MVP of the game. You're watching high school basketball on the Spanish 4 Community Network. Welcome back here on the Spanish 4 Community Network. High school basketball tonight is in the books for Maple Mountain High School. The Golden Eagles come out on top 53-46 over the Springville Red Devils, and Maple Mountain punches their ticket, or 53-45.
Yes. That's you and
One
math.
of these days.
You and math again, not friends.
Me and math. I even went to math class today, Jerry. But a great win tonight for Maple Mountain as they get an opportunity to take on Bonneville in the first round of the state tournament. And when you really look at this game Maple Mountain played, they got off to a fast start, and they looked like from the get-go that they wanted this maybe a little bit more than Springville.
I think so, you know, and Liz Eaton kind of struggled that first quarter, and it was good to see the other team members step up.
You know, it's great to have a player like Liz Eaton comes in second in the state in scoring.
Yes.
But it's always nice, too, when you can take a little bit of pressure off her, you know, when your teammates like Ellie Eastman and, you know, Elsie Nielsen step up and have the games that they had, where Liz can just kind of go back and say, okay, I'm going to look to score, but if I'm not having my night, I got my teammates to have my back tonight.
Exactly, and the other team, you can't take Liz Eaton for granted, or she will come in and she'll hurt you.
Springville, on the other hand, had one of those nights where they got off to a slow start. Assumption had most of their offense in that first half, but she got in foul trouble, ended up on the bench, and that really kind of changed that Springville offense that at times tonight just didn't quite look like they were in sync with one another.
Both their leading scorers hit their averages, but I think the big thing was Lily Jex and Nicole Haynes shutting down Olivia Park for Springville, not letting her run the offense like she does, contesting every pass, every shot, held her scoreless. So good job to the two little sophomores.
Maple Mountain showing a lot of promise for the future with the young players that they have on this roster. So for Coach Corey Green, and even for Springville, a young team like we talked about, the futures for both these schools look bright. But at the end of the night, Maple Mountain gets the victory tonight, which is what matters.
Thank goodness.
So tonight's game, a great win for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. We still have to give out the MVP Sports MVP of the game. And Jerry, we were talking about it kind of throughout the game. A few different players you can go with, but on senior night, your final game at home, you want your last memory of a home game to be something good, right?
Yes. And as much as I would love to give it to Peyton Gibson for her down low play, and that jumper from the baseline, it's got to go to Elsie Nielsen, big number 4. Played hard, spark in the first quarter.
Yeah, and I think the spark in the first quarter is big because Springville was off to a slow start. You could tell they were paying very close attention to number 5. And so Nielsen just kind of steps up, hits a couple of threes at one point, just kind of made a lot of plays happen. So Elsie Nielsen, the MVP Sports MVP of the game. What a win for Maple Mountain. They move into the second round of the first round of the state playoffs next Tuesday. You can catch this game, like many of our other games, on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SpanishFork17, where you can catch a lot of the other games in which we have, including tomorrow night's game, live game, Maple Mountain taking on Springville.
At home.
Boys basketball. The Maple Mountain boys get ready to try to close out Region 8.
And hopefully they can have as much success as the girls did tonight.
Have a slight chance to clinch tomorrow night if everything goes according to what Maple Mountain would want to happen. But we'll have to see, obviously, how that one plays out.
And it's going to come down to that Spanish Fork Maple Mountain matchup at the end, I think. Last game of the season for the boys.
We want to thank everybody at home tonight watching this one here from Maple Mountain High School, where the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles are victorious 53-45 over the Springville Red Devils. For Jerry Huffman, my partner here on the sidelines, and our entire Spanish Fork Community Network team, saying have a good night from Maple Mountain High School, where the Golden Eagles win it over Springville.